Hey guys, Jordan Schumacher here. In this video, we're going to talk about how to learn Facebook advertising. This is a question I got, and I'm going to answer this question, but it's the wrong question to ask. And first, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out the famous whiteboard here, and freaking out a little bit. So let me just resize that. All right, so we have the famous whiteboard here. And so the first thing that we need to understand is ultimately Facebook advertising is just a channel. It's a platform, right? And so there are platforms that come and go every day, every week, every month, depending on the popularity of the platform, depending on how expensive the platform is versus your ability to target and the reach you're able to get, determines the profitability of that platform. Right now, Facebook advertising is the most profitable platform to advertise on for direct-to-consumer businesses in the world in almost all cases. A handful of years ago, it was Google AdWords. A handful of years before that, it was email marketing. Before that, at some point, I'm sure it was radio. Before that, I guess it would be after that, would be TV, right? Initially, it was probably billboards, right? At some point, every advertising medium has its peak profitability. Direct mail at one point was the best way to get in touch with your potential customers. Next year, maybe it'll be Snapchat ads. In 4 years, maybe it'll be TikTok ads, right? Like the hot advertising platform of the day is constantly changing, ebbing and flowing as an ad platform becomes more popular. Advertisers throw a bunch of money at it. There's typically a limited quantity of ads that the platform can actually generate without pissing off their customers, which causes in an auction environment, right? If there's more demand than there is supply, prices rise, which means the profitability goes down, and then advertisers move and look elsewhere. That's just the name of the game. And so anytime I hear someone say like, oh, teach me Facebook advertising, or oh, how do I learn about Facebook ads, they are typically under the misconception that it is the Facebook ad itself that is just magically making money, when the reality is that's not the case, even though it can seem like that because Facebook ads are so ridiculously cheap in 2019. And so what you need to understand is that Facebook ads are just the channel. They are not the actual advertising campaign. And so profitable advertising is the foundation of profitable advertising is called the 3 M's of advertising. I'm not entirely sure who came up with this. I did not come up with this. This is a well-known formula, but essentially it looks something like this. So if you think of a triangle, you have your 3 M's, right? And the M's stand for your market, your message, and your medium. Now, if you're trying to learn Facebook advertising, your medium is just the channel, right? Medium means channel, so medium is Facebook. Great, you know that. But what about your market and your message? If you think of this as a three-legged stool can't stand on one leg, right? You still need to have your market and your message dialed. And so one of the things that I was incredibly fortunate to learn in my career was I started out just building a foundation of direct response marketing knowledge, expertise, and skill sets, which allowed me, when I went and worked for the agency, I started off heavily in Google AdWords. But because I had built that foundation of direct response marketing knowledge, that allowed me to easily transition into Facebook ads. And really, I didn't have to change anything. I just had to relearn where some of the different buttons were, right? Because I had that foundational knowledge. I had that market and message knowledge. The medium's just a variable, and that's incredibly easy to change. So anytime someone, a complete beginner asks, like, how do I learn Facebook ads? The answer is you don't. You learn direct response marketing. You learn foundational marketing, sales, psychology principles. And after you have those principles down, then you just kind of put a Facebook colored paint on those principles, and now you're really good at Facebook ads. But you could also take that same knowledge and expertise you have and easily deploy that against AdWords or Snapchat ads or Instagram ads, whatever you want to do, email marketing, landing page CRO, direct response mail. It's all the same game. And that game comes down to, foundational direct response marketing and psychological principles around how to get people to take the action that you want them to take. And so the best way the best analogy that I have is there's a really great online education platform out there called, I believe it's called, let's see, I forget the name of it off the top of my head. It'll come to me, but the essentially it's like $200 a month, and it teaches you how to code, right? To develop a front end and back end applications. And their number one focus is on teaching foundational principles. They call it teaching things that don't change, right? Because as a developer, if you understand those foundational principles and those things that don't change, it's very easy for you then to pick up new languages as you need them, right? Like in the development world, if you're not familiar, there's flavor of the month languages which become popular, rise and fall in popularity, just like as marketers, ad platforms rise and fall in popularity, right? And so as a developer, if you understand those foundational skill sets, you can very easily go and learn, whatever language you need, because those foundational skill sets are never going to change. The same thing applies for marketing, storytelling, direct response marketing, and sales. If you have those foundational skill sets in place, you can go learn whatever ad platform you want in like a day, right? But the foundational principles, that's going to take you time to build those skills. And those are the things that are really going to serve you in your career, allow you to advance, evolve with the times. And ultimately, those are the things that are never going to change. And so the best way that I've found to learn these foundational principles is through a few books. And so there's one book, which in my opinion is the best book on marketing ever written. You may have heard of it. I recommend it on many of my videos, but that book is Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. And I'm not going to write all of that out because I'm using my fingers here, but that book is by Robert Cialdini. And I'm going to link to these books down in the description so you have them, because you probably can't read my chicken scratch. The second book that I would highly, highly recommend you check out, especially if you're kind of new to the whole world of digital marketing and just kind of how the beast that is the internet and content creation on the internet works. It's called Trust Me, I'm Lying by Ryan Holiday. Very, very eye-opening book as to kind of the business model behind the internet and how that business model influences so many of the decisions that happen behind the scenes to create content that you then consume. It's a really, really good book. Next book that I would recommend you read then is specific to copywriting and writing copy, whether it's long form, short form, writing copywriting meaning writing words that sell or writing words that get people to take action, is called Great Leads by Michael Masterson. So Michael Masterson, I believe, has written or does write for the Agora Corporation. Essentially, Agora is one of the largest financial publishers in the world. They generate, I want to say it's close to $1 billion in revenue every year. And so essentially, anytime you see any sort of, premium newsletter subscription, any sort of product around investing, finance, etc., there's a good chance that Agora is behind it. Whether it's in name or just kind of behind the scenes, but there's a good chance that their copywriters are writing the promotional materials for that. And so Great Leads is just a really great book identifying the core thing to optimize for in any piece of content that you write, which is essentially the goal of the headline is to get people to write the first sentence or to read the first sentence. The goal of the first sentence is to get people to read the second sentence. And that is how you should structure all of your content. Is if that line is not getting people to read the next sentence or the next paragraph, then you're going to lose them. And so that's how you write really great content. And so what I would recommend is that you read these 3 books first and foremost, study them, take notes on them, And then, of course, I'd be a terrible person if I didn't mention this. You check out my free Facebook ads course. I'm going to link to it down below. It's 100% free. In fact, you can get 99% of it on my YouTube channel. It's a playlist on YouTube. You can go through all the videos if you'd like a little bit more structure and a little bit more context to that in like an online education platform. It's still free. You can just go to jordanschumacher.com/enroll and sign up for it there, and you can access it through like an online education platform that'll save your progress and things like that. Highly recommend you check out my Facebook ads course. That will take you from complete beginner to top 10% Facebook ads marketer, within 90 days for sure, assuming you do the work and you apply it. And also in that course, I devote an entire module to foundational principles of direct response marketing. And so if you read these books and then take my course, you're going to have that foundation that you need, that strong foundation, that strong skill set to then apply that towards Facebook advertising in particular. And so once you read these 3 books, once you execute, take my program around Facebook advertising, you're going to have all of the theoretical knowledge that you need. You're going to have more theoretical knowledge than most practitioners at that point. And so really the most important thing that you can do as a marketer trying to learn Facebook ads is just to run Facebook ads. So, save up $100, $200, $500, whatever you can do to save up, and just start running ads to something. Like if you don't have a product to sell, that's fine. Just create a lead magnet, right? If you don't know what a lead magnet is, it means you didn't read the books. Read the books. Create a lead magnet. Your lead magnet could be as simple as a PDF of the notes that you took while reading these 3 books, right? There's a lot of, it's a very popular thing to learn marketing right now. There's a lot of people out there who are trying to learn. And so a PDF lead magnet of your notes of those books, when combined with the copywriting principles and great leads, you're definitely going to be able to, probably get leads for less than, $3 a lead, right? And so you can run that ad, you can run different variants of the ads, kind of learn how to split test and train up your copywriting skills, see which ads are actually acquiring leads at the cheapest. Then you can take it a step further. You can create a 7 to 10 day autoresponder sequence. Again, using the marketing principles that you've learned in my course and in these books. And that autoresponder sequence could just, be sharing more in-depth stories around your experience growing as a marketer. And the call to action in those emails could be to drive people to a Facebook group, right? And so now, just by taking this single skill set of Facebook ads, not only are you learning marketing development, right? So patching the leads in from the ads to your autoresponder, driving them to different platforms, you're learning copywriting, and you're building a community of people who are interested in the same things you are, which is to learn and grow as marketers. And so if you just keep rinsing and repeating this, not only are you going to very quickly master Facebook ads, but you're going to round out your entire skill set as a marketer. You're going to understand what it means to take someone from the Facebook ad through the entire funnel to, join a community. If you keep growing that community, you're going to learn community management. You're going to learn, ongoing content creation, and you're going to position yourself as an expert by virtue of leading a community of people. And so if you don't look at Facebook ads as just this secret silver bullet to success, and instead use Facebook ads as an opportunity to develop the skill sets that you really need to succeed as a marketer in any environment, you're going to be far more successful. And so I would highly recommend that anyone looking to learn Facebook ads who is not already an expert at direct response marketing, focus instead on the foundational principles, and then from there move into Facebook advertising. Because again, Facebook ads aren't going to stay this profitable forever. Eventually, whether it's 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, 48 months down the road, there's going to be a newer, bigger, better platform that comes along. And if you don't have those foundational principles in place, you're going to be left behind. That's just the way it works. So check out these books, check out my course. Would love to hear your comments if you agree or disagree with me. If you found value in this video, it would mean the world to me if you'd click the subscribe button down below. I try and post a video like this every single week at least. Again, have any questions? Drop them below in the comments. I try and answer every one. Take care.